Hey folks, how you doing? Dave McRae here. Okay, in this video, I want to talk about a rankings list, but a rankings list that you don't usually see very often when it comes to the Halloween series or the Halloween movies or the Halloween community here. I mean, now that doesn't mean that this, rankings list doesn't exist out there and that people haven't done it. I'm sure they have. And maybe even you yourself have done it. But I think we all can agree that at the end of the day, it's not usually one you see too often. And, we usually see people ranking the Michael Myers masks. We usually see people ranking the Halloween movies. We usually see people ranking the worst Michael Myers masks. We usually see people ranking all the different, people who have played Michael Myers, whether it's Nick Castle, Dick Warlock, George P. Wilbur, Tyler Mane. That's usually in the ballpark of what we see when people give out a rankings list in regards to the Halloween series. Which surprises me that they don't usually go over to this one as well because it's so rich with material. And of course, I'm talking about Dr. Loomis. All the different, portrayals of Dr. Loomis in terms of the different movies. Obviously, only 2 people have portrayed him. But yeah, so that's what I'm going to do in this video. But I'm going to exclude Malcolm McDowell's Dr. Loomis from the Rob Zombie films. It's not that I actually think he did an all right job, especially in that first movie. He was one of the only redeeming qualities of that first movie. I actually thought he was a pretty good Dr. Loomis. He brought the essence of what that Dr. Loomis character was supposed to be, certainly in the first movie. But I want to rank the original Dr. Loomis portrayed by Donald Pleasence. So Halloween 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6. And that's what I'm going to do here. And I'm going to rank them from best to worst. Well, not really worst. I mean, I don't think there was really a bad portrayal of Dr. Loomis by Donald Pleasence, but I certainly think we can say best to least. I think that's fair. I mean, look, Donald Pleasence's Dr. Loomis was one of the only redeeming qualities in some of those later sequels. So I don't think we can really say there's a bad performance by him, but certainly there are ones that are better than others. So that's what I'm going to do. So let's get started. Okay. Well, to nobody's surprise, my favorite portrayal of Dr. Loomis by Donald Pleasence would be in the original Halloween from 1978. This is the movie that we are first introduced to the character. This is the movie where he is his most calm, cool, and collected. He creates this sense of urgency while remaining calm, cool, and collected. And that's not easy to do, but it's all in the eye contact. It's all in the eye contact. It's the way that he's looking at the sheriff. It's the way that he's basically doing this. Listen, I'm not fucking around. I'm not fucking around. You gotta take me seriously. Shit is about to go down. Don't fuck with me. Like that's what he's doing in that movie. He's not saying those words, obviously, but that's what he's doing. The essence of that. Listen, he's not yelling. He's not screaming. He gets a little excited, a few times, right? I watched him for 15 years, sitting in a room, staring at a wall, not seeing the wall, looking past the wall, looking at this night, inhumanly patient. Death has come to your little town, Sheriff. You can either help me to stop it or choose to ignore. I mean, he gets a little excited, right? He gets a little excited. But he's never, that he becomes in the later sequels. Now, you could make the argument, well, obviously he's going to be more crazy in the later sequels because this is the progression of the character, right? And obviously, by Halloween 4 and 5, he's seen some crazy fucked up shit. Yeah, obviously he's going to come back to the town 10 years later and be like, listen, do you know what I'm saying? You don't want to go through that again. Michael Myers is in this town. We'll get to that. Yes, you're 100% right. But I prefer the calm, cool, and collected Dr. Loomis, where he's totally chill, but he's still creating that sense of urgency. Like when he's talking to the sheriff in the Myers house, right? And he's like, I met this 6-year-old child with this blank. I mean, even I gave more emotion there than he actually did in the movie. It's more like, I met this 6-year-old child with this blank, pale, emotionless face and the blackest eyes. The devil's eyes. I spent 8 years trying to reach him and then another 7 trying to keep him locked up because I realized that what was living behind that boy's eyes was purely and simply evil. I mean, the dramatic pauses are great. Sure, the dialogue is great. What Carpenter wrote there was fantastic. And having an actor like Donald Pleasence delivering that dialogue just takes you up a notch. But he understood that he could be calm, cool, and collected. And that comes from the direction of Carpenter as well, but still create this sense of urgency. So, so that's my favorite. My second favorite portrayal of Dr. Loomis by Donald Pleasence would be Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. Now, I know some of you were probably thinking I was going to say Halloween 2, 1981. But no, it's not that I don't like what he did with the character in Halloween 2, but the portrayal of Dr. Loomis in Halloween and in Halloween 2 are very similar because, it's essentially the same night. So even though he shows a little more emotion in Halloween 2, like, when he thinks he sees Michael Myers on the sidewalk, but it turns out to be Ben Tramer, he's like, oh, no, you don't come back. He's showing a little bit because of the shit that he just went through at the Doyle house, but for the most part, he's still pretty chill. There are some things that I will talk about in a few moments, but definitely number 2 for me is Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. And this is awesome because this is 10 years later. Now it's almost like a 180 with Dr. Loomis. Not quite, right? Like if we were here in Halloween, we're not quite here in Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. We're maybe here. But there's this, now he's showing much more, visual emotion because he's been through shit. He went through the shit in Halloween 1978. He went through the shit in Halloween 2, 1981, which is essentially, the same night. But he's seen shit. And let's not forget that even Sheriff Meeker, when Dr. Loomis goes into the police station to find Sheriff Brackett, unbeknownst to him that Brackett retired in 1981, Sheriff Meeker even says something to the effect of, folks in this town are not likely to forget your face. Like Dr. Loomis is now like legend status. Like he's like, oh, it's that guy. Fuck, the guy that defeated Michael Myers for all intents and purposes. Oh, it's his crazy doctor that, nobody believed and then shit went down. Oh my God, it's this guy, right? He's reached that level. So it's really cool to see this guy come back. And now he is showing a little more, emotion, which fits the progression of the character. He's not going balls to the wall crazy like he does in Halloween 5. We'll get to that. But it seems, in line with what you would expect from a guy who's older, a guy who's seen shit, a guy who was blown the fuck up, okay, who's got a cane, who's dealing with Michael Myers, the only guy that essentially knows really what he's capable of. He comes back, and one of my favorite lines in that whole movie, I brought it up here because obviously I don't know the movie like the back of my hand like I do the original. So I brought it up here, but this is my favorite. And it's great because it wasn't like balls to the wall insane like he became sort of in Halloween 5, but it was, it was like, fuck, okay, I'm done being calm, cool, and collected. I'm going to be for the most part, but I'm going to raise the stakes a little bit in terms of my emotion to fucking get you to believe me. And I love this. I love 6 bodies, Sheriff. That's what I've seen between here and Ridgemont. A filling station in flames. I'm telling you, Michael Myers is here in this town. He's here to kill that little girl and anybody who gets in his way. I mean, I think I might have even put a little more emotion into it than what he did, but he says it with that sense of urgency. So now it's like he's had it. He's done. He's done fucking around, right? But it makes sense because, yeah, you look at what the character's been through, and it's just cool to see that evolution of the character. It's cool to see him come back. Where is this character 10 years later? And he's like, no, you listen. For the vast majority of Halloween 4, he's actually pretty calm, cool, and collected. There's only certain moments in the movie where he feels that now he has to, he's got to puff up his chest a bit, right? He's got to be like, listen, okay? Listen. All right, I'm done. Look, I'm a nice guy. I'm usually calm and cool because I'm a fucking psychiatrist and I got years of experience. But listen, all right, that's sort of where he's at with Halloween 4, and I like that. I like seeing seeing that character. And he's one of the best things in that movie. I actually like Halloween 4. I don't love it. I don't think it's a great movie, but I like it. I think it's a decent return. There's a lot of things in terms of, there's a lot of things that I'm not a fan of, but it's a decent return. You guys know me. 5 is the catalyst. 5 is the one that fucking just destroyed the franchise. So for me, that's what makes Halloween 4 my second favorite portrayal of Dr. Loomis. Okay. Let's go to my third favorite portrayal of Dr. Loomis by Donald Pleasence, and that would be Halloween 2, 1981. Now, this is a tricky one because, like I said to you just a few moments ago, it's the same night. So the progression of that, he's not starkly different in Halloween 2 than he is in Halloween 1. He's a little different. He does show a little bit of emotion. Like at the beginning of the movie, we hear him when he's talking to the sheriff down the alleyway through the POV of Michael Myers. We hear him, I'm paraphrasing, but we hear him saying like, I shot him 6 times. He's not human, right? Like we hear that, but there's that disconnect. Yes, he's showing emotion, but there's that emotional disconnect for the viewer because we're watching him through the eyes of Michael Myers. So there's this sense of calm in between him and us. There's an alleyway there. We're disconnected from that. We're seeing it from a distance. Whereas in Halloween 4, we're in the police station. We are like, a police officer in the police station living vicariously through the cops that are there. It's like we're there at a desk overhearing Dr. Loomis. He's in this town. 7, what does he say here? 6 bodies, Sheriff. That's what I've seen between here and Ridgemont. A filling station in flames. I'm telling you, Michael, man. And it's like, because we're in the station with him in the scene while this is taking place, it's like we as the viewer are there as a cop going, the fuck's going on over there? Holy fuck, that's Dr. Loomis. Holy fucking shit, right? So we're more emotionally connected to this moment now, right? We're more, listen, I'm telling you. Whereas in Halloween 2, it's a bit further away. For the most part in Halloween 2, he is calm, cool, and collected because it's still the same night. And he realizes, I have to remain, if I want them to take me seriously, I can't start losing my shit here, right? And he actually remains fairly calm in some situations where you think that somebody may not, like in the hospital when he's lighting up, the lighter, when he's shooting Michael as he comes through the door. He remains pretty calm, and that's cool to see. So he's not that much different from his portrayal or from his character in the original because, again, like I said, it's the same night. It's, an hour later. So it's not going to be, vastly different. So I really like it. But I really do like his portrayal in 2, a lot because it's very similar to what he was doing in part 1. But Halloween 4 comes in second, followed by Halloween 2. So to recap, my favorite portrayal is Halloween 1. My second would be Halloween 4. My third would be Halloween 2. My fourth favorite would be Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers. Now, I'm not a fan of this movie at the end of the day, although I do like it better than Halloween 5. But I'm not really a fan of this film. But Dr. Loomis in this movie, look, Donald Pleasence is older now. He looks much older than he did even in Halloween 5. He aged considerably between 5 and 6, which is only 6 years. And 5 years probably when they were even shooting it. So, but he has this, because he's got a long white beard now, he's almost got this Dumbledore thing going, like this Obi-Wan Kenobi legend status. He doesn't do a lot in the movie. He doesn't say a lot in the movie. In the producer's cut, he's got a few more lines, but people are always like, Dave, the producer's cut's so much better. Yeah, no, it's the same movie. It's not, the foundation of the movie is still the same. It gives more context to what may have not made sense in the theatrical cut, but it's still the same fucking movie. It's not like I watched the producer's cut, which I have, and been like, oh my God, this is so much better. Holy shit. No, I don't feel that way. If you do, that's cool, but I don't feel that way. But Dr. Loomis's character in Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers, he's reached that, he's back to being calm, cool, and collected. Okay? For the most part. I know there's the ending of the producer's cut where he's, no! I know there's that, but for the most part in the movie, he's, well, I think it's time. He's like shh, quiet. The legend is speaking. Do you know what I'm saying? And so he kind of has that role in this movie. There's more of a charm to his role in Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers, and I like that. There's a nice charm about it because he's reached that like Jedi Master status now. He probably reached that several movies before, but he's definitely there now. He's the Obi-Wan on Tatooine that comes out of hiding, and he's just, he's and it's like, whoa. Like if you were to walk into a room, people are like, like, it's no longer, oh shit, it's that crazy old man. It's fucking Doctor. He's reached that. And there's a nice charm about that. I love that shit. So that would be my fourth favorite for those reasons. And my fifth and final, I can't even say favorite. In the fifth spot is Halloween 5, The Return of Michael Myers, 1989. This is the movie that the only thing that gets me through this movie is Dr. Loomis. But this is a weird hybrid of Dr. Loomis. He's crazy one minute and he's loud, and then he's calm the next minute. He's like strangling Jamie. I know you know where he is. I know you, girl, I need to cut. And then, the nurse comes in, Dr. Loomis! Dr. Loomis! No. But then, 5 seconds later, he's like, I know you know where he is. You can tell me where he is, child. So I was like, what the hell? He's lost it. I think his limp is more pronounced in this movie, and I'm surprised he doesn't take that cane and just start beating people with it. It's ripe for that. I mean, really, the way he has lost it. He's lost it. And maybe he's got good reason to. I mean, look at the shit that he's been through in 1 and 2 and 4 and now 5, right? Excuse me. I understand that. It's ripe for that, but it's hard for me to, it's kind of like, it's like somebody give him his, somebody take him, give him his meds, sit him down in the chair over there, okay, and just, prop up his feet, put Coronation Street on, and we'll just go do what we have to do. It almost seems like you want to do that in this movie. Are there some redeeming qualities about his performance in Halloween 5? Oh yeah, there's some nice moments, but for the most part, he just seems like this. Obviously, I'm, exaggerating just a little bit for effect, but you guys know what I'm talking about, right? So that would be my least favorite performance because of that. It just seems like he's gone off the rails a little much. The movie's gone off the rails, but Donald Pleasence is doing the best with what he was given, right? I mean, he's doing the best with what he was given. I mean, there are some redeeming qualities in the movie that I can find. That I love the opening credit sequence. I thought that was solid. I love the laundry chute sequence. I thought that was great. I think it would have been even better had the mask actually looked good. There's some things that I can find, but for the most part, I hate Halloween. It's a fucking shit show. It's a fucking shit show. And the way that Donald Pleasence, or the way Dr. Loomis is now, I should say, it just seems like he's gone a little more batshit crazy, a little more than maybe I would have liked, so that's why that portrayal falls at number 5 on the list. Anyways, folks, my name's Dave McRae. Comment below and let me know your thoughts. What is your list when it comes to Dr. Loomis, the original portrayal by Donald Pleasence? Comment below. I would love to know. If you want to follow me on Facebook, you can at facebook.com/manythingsdavemcrae. McRae is MCRAE. Facebook.com/manythingsdavemcrae. That's where I tend to post in the meantime and in between time when I'm not posting here. The link is in the description as well. If you want to help support the channel each and every month via Patreon and get in on the goodies that are part of Patreon, you can do that. That link is in the description as well if you want to check it out. And I also have a merch store as well. The link is in the description. Now, I only have 2 designs up there at the moment. More are on their way, but they're pretty cool. If you want to check it out, the link is in the description. So, in the meantime and in between time, I guess I will talk to you guys soon. 6 bodies, Sheriff! That's what I've seen between here and Ridgemont. A filling station in flames. I'm telling you, Michael Myers is here in this town. He's here to kill that little girl and anybody who gets in his way.